Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Lokashankaram Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pankum Langhayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Paramanandamadavam Nandamadavam. Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhana Mrityor Mukshiyamamritaat. Bhagavan, he does many things in ways which we don't understand or can expect also. I should say I was very audacious to say I will take Shivananda Lahari. But I will tell you how it happened. I think a year or two ago, when I had gone to Hyderabad, our Swamiji there, Chidatmananji, said, the Shiva Mandir there. So he said, why don't you take something, a text here? I said, yes, but Swamiji, what? I thought he will tell, take Upadesar, take Atmabodh, or some Upanishad. He said, you take Shivananda Lahari. I was stumped, because usually I don't take such kind of, devotional text. Not that I don't have devotion, but you need to know how to take those texts. It is not like that. I love Bhagavan, no doubt. But because he said in temple and in front of Lord Shiva, he told me, I cannot say no. I said, okay, Swamiji. Then I started taking the verses. Now 1 verse, 2 verse, 3 verse. Then I became so enchanted. I fell in love. I said, wow. I had no time to complete the text there because it was... Then I thought that somewhere, I must have taken some 20 verses or something. And I said, somewhere we have to do all these verses at one go. Then only I'll get to enjoy. Then when Trishna asked, next year what camp we can have? She said, a text on devotion. Then I said, why don't we take Shivananda Lahari? She said, okay. But this text is so enchanting. I can't tell you how beautiful it is. And as we study, we will also know, we will also see and experience. And really the name of the text is so appropriate. It will just flood you. You will just be inundated. Lahari means wave, na? Ananda is bliss. Shivananda Lahari. Shivananda Lahari, hearing about Bhagavan Shiva, that Ananda which arises is wave, and waves after wave. Each verse is a wave. And each verse will totally submerge us. So, that is how Shivananda Lahari. Well, this text Shivananda Lahari, before I go into the text, I should tell a few things which is important. Not that you would not know, but we should mention it. Who's the author of this text? Adi Sankaracharya. Is there anybody here who does not know Adi Sankaracharya? No. Nobody is there. Bhagavan Adi Sankaracharya is so famously called Bhashyakara. Sometimes we don't utter some people's name. No? Traditionally, a lady does not say a husband's name. We don't utter Guru's name. We say Pujya Gurudev, Pujya Guruji. Like that in the tradition of Vedanta, Bhagavan Shankaracharya is called Bhashyakara, the term of respect. Because he wrote commentaries on all the Upanishads, the Upanishads. He wrote commentary on Bhagavad Gita, wrote commentary on Brahma Sutra, Prasthanatraya. And these texts are so nourishing, but they are meant for people who have the capacity to go into those kind of deep texts. But then Shankaracharya was also compassionate. He wrote Prakarana Granthas. And these Prakarana Granthas like Tattva Bodha, Atma Bodha, many of you must have studied all those texts, Viveka Chudamani. So those are Prakarana Granthas. Then he wrote also Stotra Granthas. Stotra means praise or worship of Bhagavan, Stuti. He wrote many Stotra Granthas. And some of these Stotra Granthas, even though they are Stotra, they are full of Vedanta. Take for example Dakshinamurti Stotra. Full of Vedanta. It is as good as studying a Vedanta text. At the end it will come Tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye Namayidam Shri Dakshinamurtaye. Full of Vedanta. At the end there will be one line of devotion. Take Bhajagovindam, most of you must have studied. There also full of Vedanta is there. Of course, a lot of practical things also Bhagavan gives. But there are some texts which are full of devotion and little bit of jnana. There are some texts full of devotion, little bit of jnana. Example of this is this Shivananda Lahari, what we are going to study. Saundarya Lahari also comes under that category. There are other stotras also are there. So in this way, Bhagavan Shankaracharya has composed so many varieties of texts for varieties of people. But I can tell you one thing. They say devotion is a means for getting knowledge. They say it purifies the heart, etc., etc. It makes the mind ekagrata. But that is true. Nobody says it is wrong, but that's not fully complete. Why I say that's not fully complete is that after jnana also comes a certain kind of devotion. In fact, the devotion which comes after jnana is so tasty. Bhakti as sadhana and bhakti as sadhya. Sadhana is when you take it as a means. Bhakti is a means, yes. But bhakti as sadhya is so joyous and so fulfilling. In the Bhagavata, Nirgrantha api urukrame kurvanti ahaitukim bhaktim itam bhuta guno hari. Nirgrantaha. Nirgrantha means what? There is no ahankriti, there is no ajnana, there is no kama. But then Nirgrantha api, they are blessed with knowledge, they are already muktas. Api kurvanti ahaitukim bhaktim. They do bhakti without any reason. A costless devotion. And why they are doing like that? They have nothing to gain. It is not a devotion which they do to gain something. Why do they do that kind of devotion? Itam bhuta guno hari. Hari is like that. Bhagavan is like that. And that is how you will find all great Mahatmas, whether it is our own Pujya Gurudev, our Sri Swami Tapovanamji, our own Paramaguru, or even great saints that we know, like Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Vivekanandji, Ramana Maharishi. In all their saints' life, you will find the heart is filled with such devotion. And you wonder, why are they devoted to Bhagavan? Many times people who study Vedanta a little bit also, they ask, why should they have devotion? Devotion is, duality, no? It's Dvaita, no? What they understand? When they can eat idli and dosa with Dvaita, they have no problem. At that time, they don't eat idli and then they don't say, Dvaita, no, why should I eat? They don't say. Paratha also they enjoy. And then they ask for a coffee afterward also. But only when it comes to Bhagavan, they ask the question, is it not Dvaita? Please note one point. When the mind is pure, two things manifest. One is Vairagya, another is Bhakti. These two things come. Apart from the many things which come when the heart is pure, these two things stand out. And you will find wherever there is sattva, purity means sattva. Where sattva is there, you will find bhakti automatically being there. And the highest of sattva is when knowledge has reached its complete fulfillment, its fruition in mukti. In mukti, you find bhakti in full. Everywhere else, bhakti may be little less. But in mukti, bhakti is full. Swamiji, how do you say that? Tesham jnani nitya yuktaha eka bhaktir vishishyate. Of all the devotees, the jnani is the highest. Acha, now if I keep on saying more and more, our time will go away. And I don't have to tell all these things, because as you study, you will find all these things coming. Now what we do is that, let us start the text with the first verse. And this verse itself, you will see the beauty. In this verse, what Bhagavan Shankaracharya does is that he worships both Lord Shiva and Parvati, the mother and the father of all of us. What did I say? Bhagavan worships Lord Shiva and Parvati. And what did I say Lord Shiva and Parvati are? In English we say mother, father, no? Huh? So Shiva, father, and Shiva, mother. Okay? Shiva and Shiva. Both the word Shiva means those who bring auspiciousness. So none can bring greater auspiciousness than both our mother and father. And they are mother and father of the entire Jagat. Jagatau pitarau vande, Jagata pitarau vande, Parvati Parameshwaro, as Kalidasa says. Okay? Now, let us go to the verse.
Kalabhyam chudalankrit shashikalabhyam nijatapah.
Kalabhyam chudalankrit shashikalabhyam nijatapah. Shikarani meter.
Yes. Phalabhyam bhakteshu prakatita phalabhyam bhavatu me.
Phalabhyam bhavatu me.
Shivabhyam astoka tribhuvana shivabhyam hridi punah. Bhavabhyam ananda spuradhanubhavabhyam natiriyam.
Kalabhyam chudalankrit shashikalabhyam nijatapah. Palabhyam bhakteshu prakatita palabhyam bhavatu me. Shivabhyam astoka tribhuvana shivabhyam hridi punah. Bhavabhyam ananda spuradhanubhavabhyam natiriyam. Shall we chant this verse? Can you please increase the volume a bit? I'll break and sing. Yes, I'll break and sing, please. कलाभ्यां चूडालङ्कृतशशिकलाभ्यां निजतपः अलङ्कृतशशिकलाभ्यां निजतपः फलाभ्यां भक्तेषु प्रकटितफलाभ्यां भवतु मे प्रकटितफलाभ्यां भवतु मे शिवाभ्यामस्तोक त्रिभुवनशिवाभ्यां हृदि पुनः त्रिभुवनशिवाभ्यां हृदि पुनः भवाभ्याम् आनन्दस्फुरदनुभवाभ्यां नतिरियम् शिवाभ्यामस्तोक त्रिभुवन शिवाभ्यां हृदि पुनः. That's another way you can raise it up also. Okay? Shall we chant the verse together? कलाभ्यां चूडालङ्कृतशशिकलाभ्यां निजतपः फलाभ्यां भक्तेषु प्रकटितफलाभ्यां भवतु मे शिवाभ्यामस्तोक त्रिभुवनशिवाभ्यां हृदि पुनः भवा. So in this first verse, the first verse is offered as a prayer, invocation, and it is called Mangalacharana. Mangala means auspiciousness, Acharana means performing. So literally Mangalacharana means performing something auspicious. And what can be more than remembering the Lord? So remembering the Lord, Bhagavan Shankaracharya, Sri Sankaracharya starts the text Shivananda Lahari. And when he remembers the Lord, how does he remember? The beauty is that every portion of this, every point in this is for both Lord Shiva as well as Parvati. You will see now. First he says, Me iyam natihi shivabhyam. Me, my, iyam means this. Meaning, this verse what he is saying, this is a natihi pranamaha. Natihi is namaskara. This namaskara I offer to Shivabhyam. Shivabhyam is dual. Both Shiva and Shiva. Shivacha, Shivascha, Shivau. No, technically, if you say grammatically, Tabhyam. So to Lord Shiva and Shiva. So I am offering my salutations to Lord Shiva and Shiva. Meaning, I am offering my salutations to Shiva and Parvati. See, every portion that you take is for both. That's the beauty. Now, next from the, see, if you see, where is this? Natiriyam is there. Can you see at the end of the verse? Natiriyam. Me iyam natihi bhavatu. See, you will see the words are here and there arranged. You have to, if you know a little bit, you should keep the book in your hand and then you can see where the words are arranged. If you know a little bit of Sanskrit, you will be able to do it. Even otherwise, you can see and hear and enjoy the beauty of it. Shivabhyam to Lord Shiva and Shiva to mother and father, I offer my salutations. And how are they? The next portion of it elaborates about the nature of Shiva and Parvati, and each one of them, each of these terms refer to both. Example, Kalabhyam. Both of them are embodiments of Kala Vidya. So whenever we offer our salutations, you cannot just offer to anybody, is it not? Salutations will come only in the heart if you feel respect and reverence. Now, Shiva and Shiva, both of them are embodiments of wisdom. What do you mean embodiments of wisdom? The Upanishad says the entire knowledge has arisen from Lord only. Asya mahato bhutasya. From this supreme reality, nishvasitam. From this entire, all these realms of knowledge have emanated from Bhagavan. Like how nishvasitam iva, as though Bhagavan just breathed them out. Why do you say Bhagavan breathed them out? When we breathe, do we put effort to breathe? Do we know we are breathing also? No. It just happens. If you put effort to breathe, that means you should go and check. Very important. So breathlessness, Swamiji, I'm feeling. When they climb and they feel breathless, they say, did you please check up? And you go to the hospital, they'll make you do all the various tests. And it becomes. But when we breathe, normal, healthy human beings, when we breathe, we are not even aware that you are breathing. The same way, all the realms of knowledge, asya mahato bhutasya nishvasitam etat rigvedaha, yujurvedaha, samavedaha, atharvangirasa, shiksha, kalpa, vyakarana, etc., itihasa, purana. All the realms and fields of knowledge, all of them have just emanated from Bhagavan as though he's breathing. Meaning what? He's not even aware. For us, sometimes chanting the verse is tough. For Bhagavan, the entire knowledge has come, and how it has come? He is not even aware they are all coming. Kalabhyam, embodiments of wisdom. Right? Then, Chuda Alankrita Shashikalabhyam. Can you see that? Chuda Alankrita Shashikalabhyam. Chuda is your hair, no? Chuda. And when the hair is, right, they do it nicely. Huh? I can't say I can do it nicely. But when you make your hair, the tresses and all, you nicely make it. In the same way, Parvati and Shiva, their tresses chuda, and there, beautifying the chuda for both of them is what? Alankrita, beautifying that, Shashi Kalabhyam. Moon itself is beautiful. And the moon, when it is there as a kala, on Ganesh Chaturthi and all, right? You find that the moon in a small, thin kala. On that day, they should say you should not see the moon. And on that day only, moon is right in front for you, When you look, it is there. But whatever day, when you see that kala, what a beauty it is. That kala is decorating both Lord Shiva and Parvati. One is internally how they are, embodiments of wisdom. Outside how they are embodiments of beauty. Right? And then, next you see, next is very, very sweet. Nija tapa palabhyam. Nija tapa, nija is one's own. Nija tapa is austerity. Nija tapa palabhyam. What does it mean? Parvati's tapa brought the fruit. Pala is fruit. Parvati's tapa gave the fruit of Lord Shiva to her. And Lord Shiva's tapa gave the fruit of Parvati to him. They are both made for each other. It is not only that Bhakta does tapas for Bhagavan, Bhagavan also does tapas for Bhakta. It is not only children want to be with their parents, parents also want to be with their children. The Supreme Reality is as much eager for us as we are eager for the Supreme Reality. Yame vaisha vrunute tena labhya. If you choose Bhagavan, you will get it. You will get him. There's another meaning for Yame vaisha vrunute tena labhya. When Bhagavan chooses you, you get him. Are we eager for reaching Bhagavan? Yes, otherwise why would we be here? But remember, Bhagavan is more eager than us, so that we reach him. And that is why he has brought all of you here. And that is how he is making us study all these things. In Tamil we say very beautifully, Avan arulale avantal vanangi. This is from a great saint, Avan arulale avantal vanangi. Because of his grace, we are able to worship him. Avan arulale, arul means grace. Avan arulale avantal vanangi. We worship him. So, Parvati's tapas gave Shiva. Shiva's tapas gave Parvati. And you know, mother and father, when they get married, if you ask the mother and father, the mother would say, she would say, the moment I saw him, I wanted him alone. And father, the time I saw her, I knew she is mine only. That is the ideal. So our mother and father are the perfect couple. Nijatapah palabhyam. Bhakta gets Bhagavan by tapas, and Bhagavan also is looking forward for the Bhakta. And Bhakteshu prakatita palabhyam. And both of them, both Shiva and both mother and father, they are looking forward to give all fruits for us when we ask. When children ask their parents, looking forward. Instead of the child going and asking here and there to that mother, that father, you coming to me, come on. Everything is for you only. What is there? Nothing is for me. Everything I have made for you only. And all this I have collected for you only. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha, everything I am having. Come on. In this way, they are all eager to give all phalas to us. We have to ask, no matter. We have to ask. They are all eager, waiting. And then, Astoka Tribhuvana Shivabhyam. Stoka means alpa. Astoka means what? Not alpa, not little, but large. There is no limit. Astoka Tribhuvana Shivabhyam. Tribhuvana. The whole world, the three bhuvanas, the entire world is Bhagavan's only, is it not? And for all, the whole world, they want to give auspiciousness. Both the mother and the father. And then, next comes another very, very beautiful. Hridi punaha bhavabhyam. Hridi means in the heart. Punaha. Punaha means again. Bhavabhyam. Again and again they manifest in the heart. Again and again. Every time you think of Bhagavan, Bhagavan manifests. And every time Bhagavan's manifestation is unique. Sadhyo jatam prapadyami, says the Veda. The moment you think of Bhagavan, immediately he manifests. Another thought you think of Bhagavan, immediately he manifests. Every vritti, Bhagavan manifests when you think about him. Nava, nava. As though every moment he appears new. And every moment when he appears in this way, new to us, he delights the heart in very new and unique ways. Hridi punaha bhavabhyam. And then Ananda spurad anubhavabhyam. And when he manifests in the heart, when Bhagavan and Bhagavati, when mother and father manifest in our heart, how is it? Ananda, the bliss, spurad. The experience is so blasting with joy. So in this way, in 7 explanations, each one of them with both Shiva as well as Shiva, Bhagavan Shankaracharya presents to us the manifestation of Bhagavan in our hearts as how they are, their embodiment of wisdom. They are an epitome of beauty. They are all merciful and compassionate to the entire 3 worlds. And they themselves are looking forward to bless us. And the moment of bhakta thinks, Bhagavan does not delay even a moment. At that very moment, he enters into their heart, captivating them. And what can be greater joy than Bhagavan himself wanting to captivate us? Ananda spurad anubhavabhyam. They bestow us the bliss. They bestow us that ananda. And how? Spurat. Spurat means what? That spurana. It just manifests. Manifests a poor word. It just sparkles. Like a lightning. Sparkles. Keeps on sparkling. That ananda. And ananda continuously like this, it becomes. And ananda also has to. Then we become alive. Like that, Bhagavan, mother and father manifest in the heart of the devotees. Are you all ready for that? This entire text, you will find every verse is so magical that we are studying in this magical place, Chinmay Vibhuti, the blessings of Pujya Guruji. Pujya Guruji, please bless all our hearts with devotion. What else can we ask? This is the rarest of fortunes we all have got. In the next session, Bhagavan Shankaracharya will explain why he has named this text Shivananda Lahari. Okay? And with Mangalacharana, he seeks the removal of all obstacles so that without any vignas, the text can be completed and we all can enjoy. Thank you. Shall we conclude? Chitranji, shall we conclude? We'll do Purnamada. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.